water rushing out. I think we'll go ahead and take those pictures if we can. Can we take the ones from Daytona? So when you look at that, Mike, what do you see?
I see just inundation, life-threatening conditions, just an amazing shot there. And there's storm surge in Daytona. The reason why this is important for us is going to be comparable to what we're going to see in Flagler and St. Johns County. So when I showed you that storm surge, oh gosh, 7 to 9 feet there, this is what it looks like. All right, so this is what it looks like. That's what's to come here as we head into the next few hours. So unbelievable look there. Wind speeds there. Notice the trees, just constant wind of tropical storm force winds, and they're getting some hurricane force gusts as well in Daytona, and that's moving our way.
Now to St. Augustine, where we find Shelby Danielson. She right now is holding on, bracing herself. I'm told the wind is really whipping out there right now, as well as the rain. Shelby.
Hey there, this is absolutely the strongest we've seen it all day. I just spoke with this police officer here with the St. Augustine Police Department. They've kind of been circling this area. You can bet that they are just looking out in case anyone is out this way, which really you should not be. I see an unmarked truck right here, so there still are some people out here. Now, I don't know if you can hear me very well because it's so loud, but go ahead and look at those choppy waters. This water right over here on the basement. Whew. Now you guys have been talking about that storm surge all morning, and I know one of the latest models that we were looking at showed somewhat of a decrease, and that decrease is only about a foot. That's what the fire chief was telling me, that it's closer to just 7 feet or 8 feet instead of that 10 feet. Yeah, the wind is really strong. Woo! And I know my mom is watching right now. Don't worry. We're going to go find shelter. Police officers are circling the area. While we're telling everyone to get out of here, we are being safe ourselves. We just want to show you what it is like out here, why you should not be out here, why it's a mandatory evacuation, why there's a curfew. All of that stuff is very important for this specific reason. This is not even the worst of it. Go ahead and look at these palm trees up here. I'm sure a lot of people have seen that, you know, in videos from previous hurricanes. You can see how strong the wind speed is here. This thing is rocking right here, whatever it is. Trash can. So yeah, pretty powerful winds out here. There's not a whole lot I can say. It's really just what you can see. This is what we are dealing with. It's expected just to keep intensifying. We just left the fire department a little while ago. St. Augustine Fire Department, they are preparing to head out and move all of their fire trucks to a different fire station. Like I said, the police department is also planning to do the same thing as they're still circling right now. But they are all planning to evacuate at some point. So that means once they evacuate, if you call 911, if you're still here, you may be placed on a waiting list, but people may not be able to get to you right away. That is why we've asked you guys to just stay hunkered down. Don't go outside, because if you do go outside, you do run the risk of needing help. So just stay where you are if you chose to stay around St. Augustine. We're going to keep monitoring these conditions for you. You can see just how strong it is out here. Goodness, very, very, very strong. That's all I can say. We're going to keep looking around. Check back with us in just a little bit. We know that some of the roads are flooded out here as well. And perhaps Lindsay and Mike, all of our meteorologists, can update those wind speeds a little bit. I know that's been ever-changing, the sustained wind speeds here, those gusts, and the offshore wind speeds. So if we can get an update on that, that would be great. And you guys can check back in with us in just a little bit. Back to you.
All right, thank you very much. And I believe I heard her say that she is going to seek some higher ground.
Yeah,
but
they do plan on moving pretty soon.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. It's interesting to watch her. There's no doubt about that. It's whipping, it sounds dramatic, and it's exactly what's going on. But some of you may be saying, why did we send her out there? Why is she even standing outside when you're telling everybody else to go in? And that's our job as journalists, is to get out and report what's going on and hopefully help you be able to stay indoors and just watch it and hopefully kill your curiosity to go out yourself, because that's what we're willing to do. And believe me, our meteorologists, we have so many of them here, they will tell her exactly when she needs to come in and exactly where she needs to go. And we've already have shelters selected for them where they can immediately get into, so she won't be in any kind of danger.
The wind is also really whipping out at Jack's Beach. The rain as well is coming down. We saw some puddling there, some flooding on 1st Street, I believe. We're going to turn things over now to, I believe, Lewis Turner and Katie Jeffries. They're there right now with a look at things at Jack's Beach.
Yeah, Keitha, thank you so much. So Shelby being advised now to get into some higher ground. We've done just that here at Jacksonville Beach. We are 14 stories above Jacksonville Beach, right around 10th Street South. Been very quiet, and people have obviously been listening to exactly what they've been supposed to do, evacuate or at least stay away from the ocean. But you can't see him now. It's way too far. I'm just going to point back. He's probably a good half mile down the beach now. He's coming back this way. The only guy we've seen so far all day, impressive because usually this becomes a spectator sport, is a gentleman in a yellow slicker with his dog. And they've been out there messing around in it. Now, you can get away with it right now because we've still got our incoming tide, high tide again, not until a little after 1 o'clock p.m. here for the beach. And if you can kind of see how close the water is already up to the dune. Typically, you'd have plenty of sand here on a nice summer day to enjoy, but now even with a lower tide, it's still up. So I'll be interested to see what happens around 1 o'clock when the eye is finally near parallel with Jacksonville Beach. When tide has come up to the high level, if it will in fact reach the dune. And if that happens, then we're going to have some very serious flooding along First Street and potentially all the way to the Intracoastal Waterway here at Jacksonville Beach. Still have power here at Jacksonville Beach. We haven't had any trouble with flushing toilets or running water, so things are okay as far as that goes. And other than the one gentleman there, it seems that most everybody has stayed in as well. Meanwhile, from Jacksonville Beach, Lewis Turner from Katie Jeffries as well. We'll send it right back inside to you.
All right, I'm not going to judge that, man, but please take the dog inside.
That's what we both said. The sand, my gosh.
Good. Hey, we're going to take it over to Chris Porter right now.
Yeah, Chris has a look at what you should do during the storm. Let's turn things over to him now. He is in the newsroom.
Yeah, guys, as this hurricane continues to approach our first coast, I think it is very critical that everyone knows what to do during and after this storm. First and foremost, keep your TV locked where you have it. We have a team of meteorologists who are all over this storm. We'll give you the latest information, and we have our reporters scattered across the first coast, as you have seen through our continuous coverage. Also, you can listen to us if your power is to go out on WQIK. I'll say it again, WQIK. You can listen to us on the radio. Stay away from windows and exterior doors. Stay inside unless you're told to evacuate. Now, here's what you should do after the storm. Stay indoors until emergency personnel announce that the area is safe. Make sure your home is safe before returning. Text or use social media to let your loved ones know that you're okay, and be on the alert for extended rainfall, subsequent flooding, and down power lines and tree limbs. That is very critical. Now, also, as you know, here in the Deep South, we love football, and obviously there will be no Week 7 of high school football on our first coast due to Hurricane Matthew. This is the second postponement, in fact, in the last month because of inclement weather. On the college scene, the Florida Gators game against LSU, it has been postponed indefinitely, and it may be made up at a later date. Georgia at South Carolina, that game has been moved to Sunday at 2:30. Also, the game between Miami and Florida State, that top 25 showdown, as of right now, that game will still be played on ABC 25 Saturday night at 8 o'clock. So again, Florida, LSU postponed. Miami and FSU will still go on ABC 25 at 8 o'clock tomorrow night. South Carolina has been moved, the game against Georgia, from Saturday to Sunday at 2:30. And all high school games this week have been canceled. So stay safe, keep it locked here. Use common sense. Just use common sense. Jeannie and Keitha, back to you guys.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Porter.
We appreciate it, Chris. Now, the city of Jacksonville has put out an update on what's going on here. We do want to mention that the hospitals in the evacuation zones, that is Baptist Beaches and NASA, have both evacuated all of their patients to other hospital facilities, but there are other emergency rooms open within the city. We do want to mention, though, in Brunswick, though, they have chosen to close their ER effective immediately. The Southeast Georgia Health System in Brunswick, that campus there, they evacuated all of their their patients and close their emergency room. So we need to get that out there to you guys. Again, the hospital evacuation zones, that's Baptist Beaches and Nassau. They have evacuated all their patients, but there are emergency rooms open throughout the city of Jacksonville.
And I talked with one of the doctors involved in that transfer from Baptist Beaches, and he said it went very smoothly.
Good.
They had planned it out in great detail. They had a lot of help. He said it is painstaking. I mean, people have IVs, they're hooked up to various equipment. He said, but you just take it one by one, case by case.
Yeah.
And he said everybody did very well, and he was pleased that his patients were able to be transferred. Hey, we want to talk a little bit about generators. Do you have a generator? Do you know how to use it? A lot of folks are pros of the generators. They know all about it, but I have run into people who bought one years ago, and they're not exactly sure how to use it. So just a reminder, you know, when something's life and death, you really can't be reminded too much, don't you think? And we just heard from Dr. Nab, and the way he worded it stuck out in my mind. He said carbon monoxide poisoning can wipe out a family. So I wrote that down because I thought that's something to keep passing along. You just can't take that lightly. You get frustrated, like, oh my gosh, we're going to lose everything in our refrigerator. I better plug in this generator. Remember, you can't put it inside. It has to be ventilated. Don't put it inside. And then also the JEA says, please remember, do not connect generators directly to home wiring. Generators can do what's called backfeeding, and that goes into the power lines that are attached to homes, and that can up the voltage anywhere on the JEA system, and that could injure somebody else, maybe your neighbor, maybe a JEA lineman, and that'd be terrible. You'd feel really guilty about that. So make sure that you know what to do. And the JEA Storm Center, JEA.com/outage, they have all kinds of tips on if you're trying to plug in a generator after the storm goes by. And we're already seeing in that live shot right there, is that the Daytona Beach shot?
Now, initially we showed you St. Augustine. Is this still St. Augustine, Neil? Are you hearing us? This is Jack's Beach right now. Now, Jack's Beach is one of those areas where we saw some flooding, definitely in the streets. We could see why. Look at the water there raging. Not just Jack's Beach. We also saw flooding at Whitey's Fish Camp and also in St. Augustine, flooding in the streets there. And here is Flagler. Again, the wind is really whipping. You can tell by the waves that it's creating there. And the lens, the camera lens needs to be wiped, obviously, because the water is all over it. Rain, heavy wind is what we expect during this hurricane. And this is not even the height of the storm, because we heard from both Lindsay and Mike that at about noon, that's when we're going to start to really see the winds whip.
So 3 hours and 45 minutes until that peak window begins from noon until midnight, and then intensity within maybe 4 to 8 p.m. within that. You wish this could just hurry up and get over with, but it's going to be hours and hours and hours. And we're going to stick on with you. We will not be going off the air. We'll be on the air. If you lose power, you can hear us on WQIK radio. And in fact, even if you don't lose power, if you are somewhere in your house, you can take that along and listen to it on your radio. Also, the First Coast News app. If you haven't downloaded that yet, even though we always talk about that, it's a really good day to do that. It only takes a couple seconds to download an app, and then you can see us live streaming. Also on Facebook and firstcoastnews.com, our website. It's just like watching TV on your phone, and you don't have to worry about that. I mean, if you're like me, I want to know what's going on.
Exactly.
Yeah,
we keep on telling folks as well what you can do in case you do lose us. 99.1, that radio station, will be streaming live on there, as well as Facebook, as you mentioned. Just places where you can go to stay tuned in case you lose power today. We also want to mention as well the Facebook app. Very helpful tools there. Right now, though, we're going to check in with Carice Jackman, who we know is out there I believe she's at Whitey's Fish Camp right now. Oh, look at the water there. It's like up to her knees. Hey, Carice.
Good morning, and we just want to show you now that there's some daylight how deep the water actually is here on this dock. And as you can see, you can walk out here, but it's up to my feet, so to speak. So again, there's rising water coming in. Usually when there's a high tide, this is pretty normal, but again, we don't know how long or how high the water will get because of Hurricane Matthew. And as Hurricane Matthew inches closer and closer to this area, the higher the water, a lot of people here fear is expected to rise. And we also want to mention to you, because we are in Clay County, a lot of the areas are low-lying areas, flood-prone areas. They're trying to tell people that if you want to make a last-minute attempt to get to a shelter, please do so right now. You don't have much time as the storm gets closer and closer to here. We also received a press release saying that they still have room at those shelters. So if you have time to get to one, now is the perfect time to do so. Again, we're monitoring this area. We're keeping an eye on the flooding, and we'll keep you posted on what we see.
Talk a little bit with Lindsay Boach here in just a second. She's ready to pop over there. I tell you, anything you ask her, she is ready to go. As she mentioned to us earlier, it's not that just they take the weather knowledge that they have and talk about it right this moment, that they have been preparing for the storm and studying what it might or might not do for a really long time now. So that's one reason they're so agile with all their information.
And we're hearing right now that we're set to hear from the mayor in about 10 minutes or so. Mayor Lenny Curry, he'll have an update for us. As we said, the city sent out an update at about 19 minutes ago. But again, we're going to have another update from him in about 8:30 to see what the latest is on the plans now with Hurricane Matthew.
And as she's getting ready to go to the weather wall, we'll point out a couple of things that you may see. I know the beaches are supposed to be evacuated, but at some point people will start trickling back in, and maybe tomorrow afternoon, not sure about that. But the National Guard has been called in, and they say expect to see National Guard members at the beaches area. That's what it looks like right now, folks. It's not pretty. It looks fierce. And it's only the beginning. We haven't even gotten into this intense time period. And Lindsay, do we still think that's going to start around noon?
Yeah, we're starting to see things picking up a little bit. When you look at the radar, you can see those winds picking up and get a little bit closer to those bands of those yellow colors getting a little bit closer to the Jacksonville area. So did you want to do do we have some questions that you want to do, or should just talk about the... All right, let's go with, here's a look at the satellite imagery right now as it gets a little bit closer to us here on the first coast. And again, continuing to move to the north-northwest about 13 miles per hour right now. Wind speeds are 120 miles an hour. So since 5 a.m., we're still looking at those 120 mile per hour speeds, still a Category 3 storm, but still moving to the north-northwest. We like that extra N in there. Would prefer it to be north, but north-northwest is better than northwest at this point. So here's a look right now where we are, expecting it to start moving into Flagler County by about 2 p.m. just off the coast of Flagler County, still a Category 3, and then by the Jacksonville area, directly east of the Jacksonville area by about 8 o'clock tonight, and then 2 o'clock Saturday morning, just about past our viewing area, the eye of the storm, just about past that. Then downgraded to a Category 1 by Saturday afternoon and evening. So we've been talking a lot about storm surge, and with the numbers that we're getting in, we're still looking at the possibility for these storm surges to be life-threatening. So Flagler County, your peak is going to be from 1 to 5 p.m. and this is from the National Weather Service is who we talked to get these numbers, and we kind of bounced ideas off of him. So 1 to 5 is the peak for that, and we're looking at hopefully closer to the 7-foot range there in Flagler County. Moving on up the coast, St. Augustine, 2 to 6 p.m. is your peak, and looking again, hoping for that 7-foot storm surge there. A little bit farther up the coast, Duval Beaches, 4 to 8 p.m. is what we're looking at for that peak. Right around 7 feet is what we're hoping for, potentially up to 9 feet, but hoping for that 7. Fernandina Beach, 6 to 10 p.m. is your peak, 8 to 10 feet, leaning more towards that 8-foot there, and then all the way up to Glenn County. Same thing, 8 p.m. to 12 a.m. with an 8 to 10, looking more for that 8. A lot of questions about the St. Johns River. We have the North St. Johns River, as we'll call it, and then the southern portions of it. 4 to 8 p.m. is what we're looking at for the peak of that. And the north, we're looking at about 4 to 6 feet, and then the south, 3 to 4 feet. So it depends on where you live along this river. And what it also depends on when we get these questions about how is it going to come into my house? How much water am I going to have? That all depends on how high you are above sea level. And we have